Georgetown, which was named after the British King George III, was the very first British settlement in Southeast Asia and was founded on 11 August 1786 by Captain Francis Light. Initially, Georgetown was capital of the British Crown colony of the Strait Settlement. Due to the strategic location, it was established as the center of trade and would often serve as a meeting point for many cultures. Georgetown was finally declared a city in 1957 by Queen Elizabeth II. Georgetown was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site with the largest number of pre-war buildings.
What makes the inner city of Georgetown so special is how the road names are able to reflect the history of Georgetown. It is unlike Kuala Lumpur, where you have road names like Jalan 1718 or Jalan Hang Tuah, where the name of the road is irrelevant to local history. Let's take Pitt Street in Penang as an example and see what it can tell us. Pitt Street was named after William Pitt, the Prime Minister of Britain, when Francis Light first established Georgetown in 1786. A road named after Britain will tell you that the place was once under the British control. Then we can look into why Francis Light named one of the first 4 streets of Georgetown after Pitt. Pitt Street was the formal name of this road before they changed it to Jalan Masjid Kapitan Khalid. Once again, the change of the road name will tell you about the political history of the place. Pitt Street also has informal and formal names. Unknown to many, Pitt Street has 3 other Chinese names and 1 Malay name. From the name of the road, we can also tell the different system of naming roads. If the British way of naming roads would be after their own personalities, the Chinese and Indian Muslims migrant communities would name roads after the streetscape, landmarks, or activities on the road. Therefore, putting multilingual signboards in the inner city is not just about translating from one language to another, it's about telling the history of the place from the name of the place itself.
Georgetown, also previously known as Tanjung Penaga, is the capital city of the state of Penang. In 2010, Georgetown was listed as the 3rd most populated city in Malaysia with 708,127 inhabitants. Georgetown covers a total area of 305.77 km, encompassing the Penang Island and its 5 surrounding islets, including Jerajac Island, and has the population density of 2,372 km. Georgetown has a tropical rainforest climate throughout the year, with average highs of 32 degrees Celsius and average lows of 21 Celsius degrees. There are lots of animals you can see in Penang. For example, there are long-tailed macaque, which are also referred as crab-eating macaque, since they usually wander around the beach for a source of food, such as crab. They usually live as a group with more females than males due to their males separating at their time of puberty. They are incredibly aggressive, so it is best not to interact with them. There are also common animals such as monitor lizards, which can be seen in Penang. There are 2 types of monitor lizards in Penang, which are clouded monitor lizard and Asian water monitor lizard. They can be grown up starting from 20 centimeters to 3 meters. They are usually around the places where there are waters around. Common palm civets are also animals that can be seen in Penang. Common palm civets are quite active in early morning from 5 to 6 a.m. to gather the food. Their average body size is around 53 centimeters and their average tail length of 48 centimeters. They are omnivore, but they usually eat fruits to survive.
And now I'll be talking about the demographic. As of 2010, Georgetown is a Chinese majority city, with the Chinese making up over half of the city's total population. 11 years later, Bumiputras constituted more than 2/5 of Penang's population, whereas the Chinese also around the same area, about 2/5, and ethnic Indians comprise nearly of a tenth, and about 9% of the total population consisted of foreigners. Islam is also the official religion in the state of Penang, but other religions are allowed and is being practiced within the state. There is a street called the Pet Street, which has now changed its name to Jalan Masjid Kapitan Keling. It exemplifies the harmonious coexistence of the various religions in Penang, such as Muslim, Taoist, Hindu, and Christian, where places of worship are situated just meters away from one another, earning the street its nickname, the Street of Harmony. There was also a small Jewish community in Georgetown, most of which immigrated due to the growing anti-Semitism and the hostility in the nation. The last known native Jew passed away in 2011, rendering the country's old Jewish community in Penang effectively extinct.
Because of the cultural mix in Georgetown, there are naturally a great number of festivals and celebrations held annually. Celebrations such as Chinese New Year and Mooncake Festival are celebrated by the Chinese. Idul Fitri and Hari Raya Haji are celebrated by the Malays and Muslims. Deepavali and Thaipusam are observed by Hindus. Wesak Day is observed by Buddhists. Christmas and Good Friday are celebrated by Christians. Georgetown is also known as the food capital of Malaysia. Many locals and foreigners alike often frequent the city for its local cuisine, which heavily reflects on the city's diverse mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, Peranakan, Thai, and European influences. The city has a variety of popular local dishes, which includes asam laksa, bak kuteh, char kway teow, curry mee, Hokkien mee, nasi kandar, ocen, rojak, and cendol. Some great locations to find these street foods include Gurney Drive, Pulau Tikus, Chulia Street, Kimberley Street, New Lane, New World Park, Penang Road, and Air Hitam.
Now I will talking about the beach in the Penang or Georgetown. Verenigde location is along the north coast of Penang Island, about 11 km northwest of the city center. Tanjung Bunga Beach is a convenient half an hour drive away for Georgetown. Pulau Jericak Beach, the location is off the southeast coast of the Penang. Monkey Beach, with a long stretch of powdered white sand and the turquoise water, it can be reached through a 20-minute boat ride from the Batu Verenigde or a 2-hour trek through the jungle. Teluk Bahang Beach, this quiet a beautiful beach just 5 km away from the busy Batu Verenigde. Pantai Kerachut can be accessed through a 20-minute boat ride from the Batu Verenigde or a thrilling hike from Teluk Bahang, connected via a suspension bridge. And the last one is Moonlight Bay, nestled between Batu Verenigde and Miami Beach. This lovely bay with a beautiful view is a scheduled hidden gem in the Penang.
Tourist attractions. Georgetown has always been a popular tourist spot because of its well-known rich heritage and multicultural society, being visited by people such as Queen Elizabeth II and Lee Kuan Yew. It's also known as the food capital of Malaysia and is known for its beautiful beaches and hills. An example of one of Georgetown's most historical landmarks is the Fort Cornwallis. Fort Cornwallis is a bastion fort that marks the spot where Captain Francis Light first landed. It was built for the purpose of protecting the new settlement at the time, and it is currently the largest standing fort in Malaysia. More instances of the historical pre-war landmarks include St. George Church, Kapitan Keling Mosque, and the Goddess of Mercy Temple. The first one, St. George Church, is a 19th century Anglican church in the city of Georgetown in Penang, Malaysia. It is the oldest purpose-built Anglican church in Southeast Asia. The second one, Kapitan Keling Mosque, is a mosque built in the 19th century by Indian Muslim traders in Georgetown, Penang, Malaysia. And finally, the Goddess of Mercy Temple is a Chinese temple in the city of Georgetown in Penang, Malaysia. Situated at Pitt Street, it was first built in 1728, making it Penang's oldest Taoist temple.